Hello, and welcome to Jojo's Big Franken being Central Virginia's virtual comic chat, where we discuss all things sci-fi and pop culture. My name is Big, and to the left of me...
Left, that's me this time.
It is you.
Frank, yeah. Yeah, you didn't even mix it up.
No,
and
not
then
at all.
To two people to my left...
Bean.
Two people to my left.
He skipped you.
Oh,
There's
man.
no
Big
beans
didn't mix
here.
it up.
Treat me here.
I'm going to mix it up this time.
And?
Two people to my
Oh,
left.
I'm sorry. I'm Erika. I mean, Mrs. Big.
Yeah.
Mrs. Big. And then you got to pass it back.
Oh, to my right.
I'm Bean.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Erika.
What's going on, everybody? We have a special guest today.
We do.
We do.
Hi.
Miss Big.
I was not supposed to do that, right?
It doesn't matter. You do what you want to do. You do you.
If it was live, it wouldn't matter now.
True. So what's going on? How are we doing? What's been going on this past week?
Am
Same.
I going again?
Yeah. I'm sorry. To my left. Do I need to call you out?
So was it last week that I had a horrible trip on the interstate up here, and I was very unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to issue an apology to our 11, 12 guests or
Whoever's
viewers.
watching.
Yeah, or all the people that can't drive out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a new philosophy on that, if you will.
I'd like to hear it.
I'm just amazed now at the things that I see, that the people actually make it as far as they have. So I'm happy when I see idiots doing dumb shit on the road.
Wow.
Because
you turned over a new leaf.
Yeah,
Is
I mean,
this because of your operation?
no, it's because I saw these people and it doesn't do any good. So why not? Congratulations, you made it that far all day long somehow. Fucking miracle.
You made it on the interstate.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's really an apology. That's kind of more of an insult now, but whatever. That's how I feel now. Next.
Bean.
Well, I don't think I have anything quite that interesting, but you'll remember probably last week I was in my rage over comic book bags and boards.
Oh yeah.
So that's come full circle now. So at this point, I've purchased a bunch of comic book bags, and I've made my choice. I have my replacement for BCW. So if you didn't watch last week, I can't stand BCW. Now, the reason behind that is...
What can BCW do for you?
Absolutely nothing.
What is
He missed it.
BCW?
So BCW is a company that makes comic book supplies. They make comic book bags, boards, some of the frames you see up on the walls with the comic books in them. They make all of that stuff. But...
Wait, before you go on, BCW, you can suck his beans.
No.
That's what I was trying to get you to
He
say.
missed it. He wasn't getting it. So, okay, go ahead. Before we get off of BCW, suck Ben's beans. Beans.
Whoa.
What? That's
So-
what the last episode was called?
I
She
ordered...
didn't watch?
I ordered a bunch of bags and boards from BCW back in February. And so they still cannot get me that order. So at this point, I even made a graphic to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, they were asking me to wait 104 days for delivery. And
my gosh.
they could not even guarantee that it was going to be there then. Mind you, every time I email them, it's going to be another month.
It's just a third of a year
So-
that they want you.
Right. So they were saying, I think it was May 28th. It ended up being 104 days, and there's no guarantee I'm going to get it then. So I don't think so.
No.
Make your own.
Now, BCW makes an outstanding comic bag, and now my whole draw to this was the fact that they're resealable. They have an adhesive on them. The flap sticks. You don't have to use tape, etc. Now the bag is 7 cents per bag. It's 0.074 for each bag.
That's bag and cardboard, right?
No, that's just the bag.
Oh.
Now, so I ordered some Ultra Pro bags. They are also 0.074, so 7 cents a bag. The problem with those is that they're too wide. So if you, let's see here, I got them here.
So I feel like this is like the Three Bears thing.
It is kind of. So this is the Ultra Pro bag, and it's about 1/4 of an inch too big. So it is advertised to be this size. So it's exactly the size that it's advertised to be. And if you got their boards, maybe it would work just fine. You know, I don't really know. I haven't bought their boards.
That would work pretty good if you were going to double or triple board it.
Maybe the
would
comic
be
book
room.
is the wrong size.
Well, they
Everybody
said-
else is wrong that makes the comics.
The bag is the right
Only-
size. The comic book is wrong.
Well, they said this is for a modern comic book, and so to me it doesn't fit. But like I said, their boards could work a lot better in it. But my thing is, why can't you just make it the same as everybody else? That everyone else is doing it the same way.
There's not like a standard size for it.
So
Well, the older bags are smaller.
Oh.
The newer the bag gets, like they have bags for each age.
Oh, I didn't know that.
like
Yeah.
Golden Age, Silver Age,
Yeah.
Modern
Huh.
Age.
And those books were different sizes, so the comic bags are different sizes
Oh,
too.
wow. I had no
Yeah.
clue.
So if you get
Yeah.
like the wrong time period, it won't be right.
Interesting.
So the modern bags, when they say modern, that's from like the late 70s to now. So even modern isn't
Really
but
modern.
so modern.
Do you feel modern,
I was
or do you
born
feel
in,
more like antique?
I was born in the 70s. I feel like an antique.
Okay. Yep.
So we know BCW's out because I can't stand them.
What can they
And-
do for you?
Ultra Pro, they're also out because the bags are too big.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I ordered some from Comic Pro line, and I don't know how their bags are because they sent me the wrong bags.
How were those bags?
Well, the regular bags that they sent me that are not resealable are just fine, but they're not what I was looking for. And
They were the right size, though.
they're physically the right size.
Of course.
These are the most expensive ones at 0.089 cents per bag. So, almost 9 cents per bag. I talked to the guy on the phone the next day. He was very apologetic. He said I could ship the bags back and he would, give me the right bags, etc. But again, no, they just didn't, sending me the wrong bags after all of this. Kind of a bad taste in my mouth. So the ones that I found that I like are these called Titan Shield. They delivered the bags in 2 days
Oh,
versus
wow.
the 104 days from BCW. They're 0.079 cents per bag, so a little bit more expensive, but still,
Showed up in 2 days, so
8 cents a bag. Shows up in 2 days. It's absolutely the perfect bag. And you can get them from Amazon.
You know what? Good service and good quality. I'd pay a little more for it.
Oh, absolutely. So this is the bag here. The bag that the bags come in is resealable.
resealable.
Whoa.
So that's a big plus. It's absolutely a great bag. Here's one with, the comics in it. It fits just the way it's supposed to fit. It's
That
got
is the right size.
it's resealable. And the thing that I love the most about it, I think, is it's Amazon.
Oh, wow.
So go on Amazon, don't have to put in my credit card information, don't, just click, send me bags.
And if it was wrong, you could just send it back. Way easier.
Exactly. And within the bag was this little card that said, count your bags. If there's anything wrong whatsoever, here's our customer service number,
Wow.
Give you a QR code, too. I
QR
see.
code on it.
And they delivered this in 2 days to the house, right?
the house.
Not too advanced.
Not too advanced auto parts, correct.
Wow.
So anyway, again, I've got the QR code there on the screen. So if you're interested in it, just scan it there, and that's the bag I would go with.
What are you going to do with all these other bags?
Well, I'll use them eventually.
Okay.
It did cross my mind to destroy everything PCW. It would just
We're going
cost
to have
me
a bag
about
burning
$1
party.
million.
You should burn those and take a video and then send it to them. Be like, this is what I think about your bags, and then you can suck my beans.
That's right.
Erika,
Excellent.
what have you been up to?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I've been working from home for about a year now. And I was saying earlier tonight that I had Zoom fatigue, which is so true. And I noticed this week specifically that every time I was on a call and I would try to speak, people would talk over me. So I just spent all of my calls being like, so, I mean, there's only so many times you can do that before you're like, never mind.
So you're not going to do that to us, right?
Well, I'll try not to.
So maybe we should get to the rundown. I'm
Excellent.
pretty excited about number 1 on the rundown. Jupiter's Legacy.
Well, even before we get to that, we might have something else we want to mention first.
Oh, so we're going to talk about what Erika enlightened us about?
I don't know about
Joe?
that. I'm sorry?
Joe?
Say what? I didn't get
I don't even know.
I don't know what you're talking
Enlighten us.
I thought we were going to talk about Joe from The Flash.
No, that's at the end. Did you not read this?
Apparently,
No.
I'm not even sticking to script.
I left
meant
mine in the other room.
But stick around for something exciting
Yeah.
later on.
this week
Right.
Marvel dropped the trailer with
Mm.
all of the
that's
Marvel properties
right.
that are coming out. So if you haven't seen this trailer, you should absolutely go watch this trailer.
It's amazing. It has Stan Lee. Is it a voiceover or is it actually Stan?
It's a voiceover. I doubt it's actually him. It does sound kind of digitized. I bet it's just a computer interpretation of his voice. But still, it's really, really powerful. And it just shows a lot of the movies and shows and whatnot that they're going to be doing, not only over the past next year, but over the next couple years.
Yeah.
So anyway, we thought we would just share all the dates with everybody.
Yeah, because I've been Googling each one. I'm like, when is Doctor Strange coming out? Like, when is, the next Spider-Man coming out? Like, just have them all in one sources.
They talked about that trailer on the radio when I was driving up here today.
Yeah, it's funny because you sent that to me, and then Erika sent it to me like 10 minutes afterwards. I was like, Beans got this.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we have Black Widow coming out July 9th of this year. Shang-Chi, September 3rd. The Eternals, November 5th. Spider-Man, No Way Home, December 17th. And Doctor Strange, March 25th. So there's so many, I couldn't even fit them on one full screen. We got Thor.
So 2 of those dates on the last screen are very important to us. So hopefully Jason will remember that the movies are coming out the same day that these important things are.
You better tell him now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that on my calendar?
One is my birthday.
It better be.
Oh,
So I guess we're gonna see this movie for my birthday, and
November
the other
5th.
one is our wedding anniversary. So
October. What did you want to say? Febtober.
that's so wrong. We'll talk about that
March.
later.
Uh-oh.
Sounds like you're in trouble already.
I was gonna say, why did we bring you in the podcast just to keep me straight? Make sure I didn't do anything too crazy.
Wasn't it supposed to be Mrs. Big?
Mrs. Big, I'm sorry.
I think that's only been said once.
Whoops.
Mrs. Big. So let's get to the rundown.
Again.
Well, we still haven't gone over all the Marvel shows.
Yeah, there's 5
Oh.
more.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Thor, Love and Thunder, May 6th,
Oh.
2022.
I can't believe I forgot about that one.
Wakanda Forever, July 8th, 2022.
That's going to be very interesting because the Black Panther died of colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to flip it to have him in it and also phase him out of it? That's going to be really cool because according to the previews, he's going to be in it.
Oh, really?
Because they've been recording
I
it
heard
for
he
so
was gonna
long.
be in it.
Well, it's kind of like the Paul Walker in the Fast movies that they like
Mm-hmm.
composed his face on his brother's body. So maybe something similar, but
Yeah.
we'll see on July 8th, 2022.
Can't wait for it. What else we got, Bean?
The Marvels, which this trailer was actually my introduction to this one. I hadn't heard about it yet. November 11th, 2022.
That's you said the Marvels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Captain Marvel 2. I just read an article about it yesterday, where they said the studio doesn't think that Lee or what's the
Brie
girl?
Larson,
Yeah,
the terrible actress.
yeah. They didn't think that her performance was strong enough in the first movie, and since they have since they have Rambo introduced already.
They're going to
She said they're
going
to call it the Marvels instead to make it appeal to more people. So
I think that's smart because she was horrible. I mean,
I know you did not like her.
I did not like her at all.
Was it the haircut?
It was the like no emotion, monotone. Like it didn't even appear she had a personality. Sorry to be harsh, but it's true.
Yeah, I don't know if
She
her
was kind of just like
anything.
She was just there. I mean, she's lucky she had Sam L to help carry that movie with her. And it still wasn't all that good of a movie.
it had some funny parts. It had a couple, like the Blockbuster Video thing was funny. And
So the first
The
5
Flarkin-
minutes of the movie
the
was
Flarkin's pretty funny.
But everything that you're describing is not her.
Not
you're
her.
describing the things
Parts
that
in the
happened in the
movie.
movie that
Yeah.
she was kind of in.
That could have happened without her in the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, not necessary for her to be there for those parts to happen. So yeah, that's
well, maybe this one will be good.
maybe.
Keep my fingers crossed.
So after the Marvels, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, I guess is how you say that. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Huh.
And I think that rounds out the movies. And then we have the TV shows. MODOK, May 21st this year.
Oh, wow.
June 9th, Loki.
Oh, yeah.
And then I didn't have real good dates for these, but Hawkeye is going to come out in 2021, She-Hulk in 2022, and Moon Knight in 2022.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wait to talk about those later in the year.
The next couple years,
Yeah.
this year, next year.
Yeah, that means we got to keep the podcast strong for at least 2 years.
If we're gonna make it to talk about those shows.
So now can we get to the rundown?
Now we can talk
Okay, because
about
I'm
the rundown.
super pumped about Jupiter Legacy. I mean, it is new on Netflix. Just came out May 7th, so that was Friday. All-star cast, and I mean, it was just, I don't know what you guys thought about it, but I loved it. And it kind of took me back to Superman.
I like a lot of stuff that Timothy Oliphant is in.
Why is that? Erika, do you
I don't
like
know.
things?
He's in a lot of good things.
That's
Timothy
not who
Oliphant's
it is. It's Josh Duhamel.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Who's he dating?
Same guy.
He's married to Fergie.
Oh,
I watched
married.
it without Big today because I noticed that he was in it, and right away I was like, okay, I can watch the rest of this because
She was just there lusting. She was like, I don't want.
he does look a
Big
lot
to be
older though.
around.
They aged him for the movie, one of the two, but I
And
knew who it was.
Well, you should watch more of it.
it's funny because of the fact that they aged him, I couldn't tell the difference between that dude and Timothy Oliphant. Otherwise, I could tell the difference between them because I think that dude is younger than Timothy Oliphant. I think. I don't know.
I've
He looks-
never been able to tell them apart.
So we got those two guys that look alike, and Fat Damon also. You know
That's
who
right.
Fat Damon is, Erica?
I don't think I do.
I
You'll
don't
have to
think
tell me later.
I don't think you know who Fat
Later.
Damon is. If I ask you right now, I don't think you could tell me Fat Damon's name.
You are correct. I could not tell you.
Can you Google that? Like, Fat Damon, and it's going to come up?
It
it
might.
probably
I
would,
mean,
actually.
It might. It's possible that could happen.
So while he's
Let's
doing
see.
that, Josh is Sheldon, and he is the Utopian. So main character, and he is the dad of a family of superheroes. So Leslie Bibb is Grace Kennedy, and she is amazing as well. So that's the mom. Then you have the daughter, which is Elena, I think her name was. I'm sorry. Her name in the movie is Cole. Or I'm sorry, Chloe. Man, I mess up everybody's name, don't I? And then the brother is Andrew Horton, which is played by Brandon, and they call him the Paragon.
Yeah.
So I think he's like the next to get the seat when Sheldon, his dad, steps down. Like I guess
To become the Utopian.
Utopian.
he's training him to get there. And Jay, I don't know if he'll appreciate this or not, but it gave me kind of a Superman feel because it's like that family dysfunctional.
They live on the
family.
farm, and he's
Yeah.
got yeah, I kind of got that idea too about it. Except for this show is much more brutal, and
It's
there's like I don't know. It's Superman is like good and wholesome, and
so they're trying to be that way, right? Because they have like the laws, like you cannot kill, you have to
Yeah.
have mercy. So they're trying to be that way, but the impression that I get is they're fighting. Some are fighting that, and the dad Sheldon is trying to uphold their legacy.
I just watched the first episode again, and you know when the son goes after the girl who robs the armored car from the
Mhm.
guys that are robbing the armored car.
Mm-hmm.
He gets thrown through that bank or whatever that building is and breaks the wall.
Yep.
And the dad tells him that he's going to have to pay for it.
Mhm.
Like, you did that, you messed up, you're going to pay for that. Well, as soon as the dad gets there, he stops the girl from punching, and then he takes her and throws her up into the ceiling, which
Breaks the
cracks
ceiling.
the ceiling all to pieces. So it's okay for him to do that.
Because his kid's going to pay for
If
it.
Timothy, that's right. Timothy
Pay for that,
Oliphant wants to
too.
do that. He can. I guess that is it. He's like, yep, kid's going to pay for it. I don't care. I'll fuck this place up.
You know who the Utopian reminded me of? It's freaking Omni-Man.
For sure. I
It's-
thought the exact same thing. I was trying to
And
get there.
I got that vibe, too, off of it, because he's like trying to make his son the next Omni-Man.
And even his color scheme is Omni-Man.
It's very
Mhm.
close to it, yes.
So that means he might go crazy later.
I think he might already be
He
there.
already went there in 29,
But
remember?
But he doesn't want to kill anybody. Omni-Man would destroy anybody, everything, and everything is a speck to him.
That's true.
They have a
Um,
different purpose, though. Like, Omni-Man's supposed to kill everybody,
Yeah,
and Utopian is one to help everybody. So
yeah. Yeah, I was actually surprised that Erika watched it, too. I think it was just for the hot guy.
Well, I started watching it because I knew I was going to be here tonight, but then I kept watching it for the hot guy.
Ah. But do you like the story still? Like, I mean, was it okay?
Yeah.
You watched the whole thing?
I watched like 1.5 episodes.
Ah, man,
So
I couldn't stop watching it.
So we all made kind of a pact to only watch the first episode and talk about that on the podcast.
I didn't.
I watched the first episode twice. The second time around, I probably watched like 5 more episodes afterwards. I have no willpower apparently because I couldn't stop. I mean, it was drawing me in. I just wanted to see more.
This is not true. You do have willpower because after you watch, after I sent a text and said it was badass or something, and then you sent a text back to me that I did not see until after I started watching more episodes.
Right.
I happened to look down at my phone and I saw your text, and it said that you were going to have to stop. You had like willpower enough to stop, and I was like, man, I'm not. I can't. So, see, you did have some willpower until the next day happened. But you did. You held off for a little bit.
So I have
been held off for a while.
I've only seen the first episode.
So he is the only one that followed the pact.
He's the only one.
I couldn't help it.
Fat Damon. It is not the dude that looks like Matt Damon. Apparently, there's a musical artist named Fat Damon.
So don't Google it. You'll be disappointed.
Maybe this guy's awesome.
Well,
Fat Damon could be awesome. He could be a musical genius.
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
no.
I don't know what else is Fat Damon in.
Have you seen what's that
I'll
Johnny Depp mob movie?
No. I'll look him up later.
Black Mass.
Yeah. Just Google Fat Damon. You'll get
No,
it.
No,
I won't get
that's-
it. I'll IMDb.
He's not listening.
Breaking
he's not
Bad.
reading. Yep.
Lordy.
You'll see.
Anyways, so Jupiter's Legacy has the family battle. The dad is trying to teach his son to do the right thing, and Chloe, the daughter, way out in left field.
She's a drug addict and possibly a sex addict, and she takes a lot of pictures, like with not many clothes on.
So, but it's like
You're saying all these things like they're bad.
No
She's
wonder you
not-
like the show so much.
She's not that attractive. I mean, she's really not.
so it's like
Just
a
the short
dad
hair.
trying to relate to his 20-year-old daughter, and don't have any kids, but I feel like that there's probably a lot of dads out there that have that struggle or that battle, which reminds me of Superman and Lois, because it's kind of like that family struggle that they're trying to bring to the superhero life on TV. I still enjoyed it. Don't think I enjoyed it as much as Superman and Lois, but thought it was pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of the season. It looks like it's gonna be good.
I have one more episode to go.
I have one more episode to go also.
So I'll tell you, the thing that drew me in is the fact that they did a great job of piecing in current day superhero and how they get to their superpowers. So they kind of like phase it in through the episode, and that's what drew me in. Is I was like, I want to know how their powers are awesome, but how did they get there?
You'll see that when you watch more.
As
More
they
to
piece,
come.
I mean, they started it in the first episode. It's not like you have to get to the second one to see it, but
He starts to go crazy.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, his dad jumps off the roof. He starts to see his dad, and then you're always wondering, he's drawing these pictures and weird things are going on.
Wait, you have to be careful what you say because you've seen more than the first episode, so you might be ruining it for him.
I'm only talking about the first one.
But
'cause
do
I've
you
seen it
remember that
twice.
was the first
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on it. Anyways, so that's what drew me in, is because I want to know how they got their powers. Like, and I feel like that's the backstory for any superhero or supervillain, is you want to know those things, like bitten by a spider, like I
The
don't know.
origin story.
Yeah. Like, did you fall into a vat of lava and turn into, Fantastic Four? How did
That was
it?
one of my favorite parts about this, how that happened.
Yeah, and it takes you through a journey to see. It's not like Spider-Man where he gets bitten by a spider and then that just happens to him and he figures it out. It takes you through a journey of how they get their powers, which was amazing to me.
Yes.
They drew it out very well. I mean,
When they got to where they needed to be, what they had to do there,
And
Pretty cool.
And there was a lot of life lessons there that
It was like
that I took
brotherly
from it.
rivalry, and then
Yep.
them coming together. And Ben doesn't know any of this.
Nope.
And what's next?
Yeah.
We should stop talking about that.
Maybe we should go to the next thing on the rundown.
So what is up next?
Shadow and Bone, episode 2.
Were we not supposed to watch all of that too?
I only watched
Yeah.
man.
I only watched the second episode because I was too busy watching Jupiter's Legacy. I didn't have time.
I watched Shadow and Boner the first day it came out, or the second day.
The whole
Yeah,
thing.
all of it.
Yep. Do you remember what happened in episode 2?
Oh yeah. Do I remember what happened in episode 3? I don't know where the line is, so no, I can't really talk about it.
So Ben, did you watch it?
I did.
So maybe we should ask Ben.
Yes. Ben can talk about his favorite part, and then we could remember things around that same time.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched all of it. I've only seen episode 2, so
So in episode 2, we learned that Alina, is that her name? Alina?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
That she is, she has the powers that we saw at the end of episode 1.
the Sun Summoner.
The Sun Summoner. And they pretty much, I guess their government or whatever, whoever those people are who are leading the way, kind of kidnap her and are forcing her to go with them.
Oh, the geisha? Those people?
No, it's
The
the
Thieves
ones-
Guild?
the ones who grab her right away.
The Thieves Guild, right?
No, it's the guy with all the magic, because they're taking her on horseback.
In a carriage.
Yep, and the carriage. So then I don't know what the guy's title is or whatever.
The general? The guy with all the magic?
That's what I call him, is the general.
His name's
That's funny you call
the
him
guy
that
who
too.
made the void happen?
the void happen.
Not the void, the what's that thing called?
The fold.
The fold.
Fold. I don't know if he made that happen because I haven't
Oh,
seen
fuck.
everything.
Sorry, spoiler.
But anyways, that guy was awesome because she got attacked. The Sun Summoner and the carriage got attacked,
Mm-hmm.
and they came out and they just, I guess, a bunch of barbarians, because they consider them like witches or whatever. And the general, I call him the general, came out with his magic spells and it's just like cutting people's heads off and just tearing things up.
And they had a word for him too. It was like Night Stalker or something. It was some
Yeah,
some
creepy.
some badass name for him.
Yeah, that was really cool. She eventually gets to where she needs to go, and I called that the Magic Kingdom, but it's where everybody's training and
The little palace.
the little palace. Okay,
And
Well, the
Magic
palace they show is
Kingdom.
not little at all.
No.
Well, that's what it's called. The other palace must be freaking huge.
Apparently.
That's the little one.
and all the other, I'm going to say associates or people
The
in there,
geisha.
all the kids,
They're called
the
the geisha.
they all hate on her because she is the Sun Summoner. Like they go up to her and they like hug her and they're like, one of the
The
girls
girl
calls her like
half breed.
Yeah, like she's a peasant.
mixed. She's
Yeah.
mixed, so they don't like her anyway. All of those people are like white people
yeah, and
that don't like any other race. Apparently, that's
Yeah,
how we are. I
like
guess.
she's the one
Sorry.
that's supposed to be like the head, and people don't like her because of her past or where she came from, but apparently according to the story she's supposed to be like the one that clears up the fold and like the strongest, and
She's Anakin.
yeah, pretty much
She's supposed to bring balance to the force.
balance to the fold.
to the fold. Yep.
So the other cool part was when they got in the train to go through the fold. So we called them the thieves.
They got the conductor and made the deal with him
Yep,
so they could get on the train.
yep.
They never call it a train, but and they really never show it either. They show it at the end when it goes out of the fold. Does that happen in episode 3 or 2 or whatever one we're on?
That should be too.
Does that happen? Do they get out of the fold on the train?
No, I don't
If
think
they
so.
didn't, they're going to.
That must be episode 3 then.
Keep an eye out for it.
Lordy.
I
don't think
it doesn't
we-
matter. Everybody's already
We
watched
should
it.
probably move on before you start spoiling everything.
Yeah, well, I don't think these ones that they release 8 seasons at a time or 8 episodes at a time are good for us, because it's hard for me to contain myself. Mikey doesn't give a crap. He's gonna watch,
I'm watching them.
And
I can't not watch
and he
them.
has the time to watch all of them. Maybe we should not regulate ourselves, Ben.
No, I don't know.
Go ahead. I'll rewatch them again. That's what I'll have to start doing. I'll have to rewatch every episode again so I know what I can and cannot talk about.
I think the problem is they start to run together, because it's just one long story, right?
That's why I watch them all at once, because it's one long story.
Mm-hmm.
You can knock it all out at once.
You know, we all love to binge. We all love to binge the shows. So, anyways, let's skip ahead a little bit. And let's get to Debris. Debris. So the last episode of Debris kind of left us at a cliffhanger. Brian was left sitting on the back porch of this house where he was stuck in a time loop every time he touched this debris. And then fast forward to this episode, he's trying to get out of the loop.
They're trying to stop reality from coming apart. That the more they keep doing that, reality is coming apart.
Everything's
The fabric of
falling
reality.
apart.
So it's like bleeding through.
Yeah.
They can start to see, like other people in other realities.
Yeah, which is crazy because they're in like crystal bubbles in the episode.
Yeah, that was way cool. I think they showed that a little bit of that in the first episode, but not much of it. They showed like a little tiny
did.
window or something.
Yep.
But in this one, there was like whole big areas where there was a couple people you could see like walking around, and that was way cool.
It was cool, and
Way cool.
they actually ran into Brian and the brother that started the whole thing. Well, I guess the brother started it, but Brian got involved.
Continued.
And so they're sending like messages back and forth, like they're writing on boards. They can see each other and they can kind of like make out, and they're trying to solve a puzzle.
And they have to keep communicating with her father, George Jones. And in one reality, he's dead, and in the other reality, he's not dead. And then sometimes when they come back, he's dead and he's not dead, and
So they have to continue to jump and destroy the portal, the time, the whatever, as they go along. I thought they started to get into the loop over where it was the same thing over and over again, and it like the last episode, and I got very disappointed. But then they pulled it out and they started to get the story back on track, which I appreciate, because I didn't want to get into that, seeing the Groundhog's Day over and over again.
Right. Yeah, to me, the last episode was just outstanding, and this one wasn't bad, but it was just kind of more of the same. You know, it really didn't have an appeal all of its own. It was more of the same, and there wasn't an additional twist or anything. It was cool, like you were saying, to see
more of it. But they also didn't they already figure out in the first episode that they had to do it at the same time or something? Like, weren't they trying to synchronize?
They did mention that.
Like, they tried to do it with lights at first, the colors of the cave.
They were talking about what colors he saw when he went through, but they never mentioned that they had to do it at the same time until this episode, when they were talking. They didn't say it quite like that. They said a bilateral something or other. And
they did name it in this
right,
episode.
and they wrote it down, and I'm thinking, why don't you write down, let's go at the same time? I mean,
could have saved
Let's
them a
ask
lot
them
of
if
time.
they know the scientific term real quick. If they don't,
yeah, it was, I don't know, because the whole time I'm thinking, well, why don't they go at the same time? And then that's what they ended up doing.
Right.
You could have figured that crap way earlier, Ben.
Overall, I thought it was pretty decent.
Oh, it was good. It was, yeah.
I thought so. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Debris has its highs and its lows for me. I wish it would just stay strong the whole time, but
It's still up there.
eh.
It's been up there for a couple episodes now.
Yeah,
So-
this episode wasn't
sorta.
bad. It was just, we had seen it already, kind of.
Just, the funny part is I went to watch it before it had been released on accident because I think it's released on like a Monday or a
Monday
Tuesday.
night.
So I went to watch it. It was Monday, but I tried to watch it on Hulu, and those aren't out until the next day. And so I tried to watch it on Monday, and I didn't realize that it wasn't the same episode again. Like, I thought it had already gone to the next episode, and I was like, man, I feel like I've seen this before. And I had, because it was the last episode. I got like 10 minutes into it, and I was like, damn it, I'm watching the same episode
Sure
again.
is familiar.
I thought that was part of the episode, that they were doing the hook again.
Damn, I need to go back and change reality. I've already seen this crap. Big got stuck in the loop. That's funny.
So The Nevers,
The Nevers.
episode 4.
Yeah, that's getting good.
Yeah, pretty crazy. There's an internal battle that's going on. So Mary's dead, and then
The girl who sings.
the girl who sings, and then you find out that the guy that's the police chief, which he's also a boxer, an ex-boxer, I guess was dating Mary or had some
At one time, he was supposed to get married to her.
yeah, like a relationship or whatever with Mary. So he has
But he's also being blackmailed by Swan because he's a homosexual. Did you not get that?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Did you get that, Ben?
What part are you talking about?
The part where he talks about him being a homosexual. He said the first time he was drunk, and then when he, like, the dude's leaving, and then Swan is like, yeah, but the other times you weren't. Y'all didn't?
I didn't pick up on it either.
Man,
I think you were just wishing that was happening.
I'm not gay, so that really wouldn't. So
When did that happen?
When did
I
he
don't
become
know.
not gay?
when are they having the blackmail conversation?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I binged the whole. One
Yeah.
of these episodes. We'll go watch it again.
Anyway, so one of the trusted, I wrote her name down because she was Lucy Best, actually betrayed the rest of the group, right? So she tells her that there's ammunition in a warehouse. She goes to the warehouse, and then they find out that she's been stealing, she's been trading information, and she's basically just been doing their little I want to call it a cult, but it's not a cult, their little establishment wrong, and she was like one of the first ones. So they start to go into battle. So Lucy Best is one that can, like, I guess she touches something and it breaks, and so they get into a conversation where she broke her child, and I guess that's supposed to make Amelia True, is that her name? The one
This
that
is true. Yes.
Mrs. True. So they get into a battle, which is kind of cool because she's hand-to-hand combat, and she cannot get touched by Lucy Best. So she's doing everything she can to, like, stay away, but also kick the shit out of this girl. And it's crazy because she almost kills her. Like, she has the chance to shoot her in the face, and
She lets her live.
she lets her live. And at the end of the scene, I'm like, her name is Lucy Best. I'm like, you have betrayed everything. I'm like, she should be like, you got to leave, and your name's now Lucy Worst. Like, get out of here. I was like, why do they call her Lucy Best?
Maybe she's best at being like
The worst.
the worst, like a villain. Maybe it doesn't say what she's best at.
True.
Doesn't say she's best at being a nice friend and good neighbor, and
True.
doesn't say any of that.
No.
I mean, she touches things and
Irony.
breaks it. She killed her baby, so
maybe she was the best baby killer.
Oh my gosh.
All right, this went south.
Way too south.
But yeah, she said she like touched it and all the bones broke, and she said the baby didn't die like right away. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
It was really bad for her.
Yep.
You know, she started crying, and I could see that. Like, if that happened, you know, to one of my dogs or something, and I touched them and ripped them apart or whatever, I'd be pretty
That would be
messed
bad.
up. I'd be messed up. I'd be messed up. So I can't blame her at all. I can't blame her. What'd you get from it, Ben?
I thought that Mrs. True, I don't know the actress's name, but she really showed some acting chops in this episode when there's a conversation that her and Miss Adair have on the stairwell where, you know, Mrs. True is just completely frustrated and upset, and she's like on the verge of tears but also pissed off, and she brought all of that and showed all of that on that conversation in the stairwell. I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying this Mrs. True character because, you know, she's doing a good job with it.
She's good.
Should her name be Mrs. False?
I don't know.
Is it the opposite like the other one was?
No,
Or, okay.
I think
her
she
name's
truly
true.
Well, I think
True.
she
Truly correct.
I think
True.
she truly wants to punch somebody in the face, and
Yeah.
that's why they call
She's gonna
her.
be truthful. If you ask her, she's gonna tell you.
Okay.
If your face is a little fucked up, she's gonna be like, "Your face is
Truly
a little bit."
terrible.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So, she's not gonna hold anything back.
So there was a scene with the guy that talks to birds or can fly like a bird, and then the girl that does the inventions. I wrote her name down. I can't remember what it is
That's
right
Miss
now.
Adair. Pentance or something
Yeah.
like that.
Pentance.
Yeah.
Pentance.
So
yeah.
so we had talked earlier, and I was like, I thought they were like boyfriend and girlfriend or courting or whatever. And y'all were like, well, it's brother and sister. They are not brother and sister.
I
think
thought
we
you were
call
talking
them
about the
brothers.
lady in the wheelchair.
No.
The woman in the wheelchair is
Is brother and sister.
brother and
with
sister
the bird guy.
with the bird
Oh,
guy.
okay. So we had our
Yeah.
people mixed
Not
up. I thought you were
Adair.
talking about Adair.
No, they're trying. She's trying to hook up with him.
Yeah. And he is
The
so
sister
awkward.
says you're not allowed to talk to them people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
the sister is the old woman.
okay. So we
Yeah.
had, so we're confusing people there. We should probably all get their names down, Pat. We're really bad about that. But definitely, like, they had a moment when they were out on the water, and I thought they were gonna, like, you know, hook up.
Bump uglies.
Yeah.
They're going too soon. They're going too soon. I wonder if we'll get the birds involved. That might hurt.
That would hurt.
little
I
bit.
don't want to think about that. Nope. Next topic.
Oh my gosh. You guys have some trivia to do?
We were supposed to do trivia, weren't we?
We're going to talk about Rogue One.
Rogue One. I mean,
Hold on.
Before
Before we do that,
yeah.
I think the next Legacy watch we do should be the Monster Squad.
Ooh, that's a good
okay.
one.
It came on TV
Okay.
today,
Yeah.
and
so
it
here's
would be
a-
awesome to watch that
He has a
again.
leg up because you know he watched it.
I didn't watch it. I saw that it was on the TV, and
You might not be saying that if you had watched it.
oh no, I've seen it several years ago, and it still holds up.
Oh, yeah?
It's not a cheesy movie. It's quality.
It's definitely a good one.
Monster Squad. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay, sorry.
On to Rogue One.
Right. We decided to add a Star Wars movie in here because it was Star Wars Day this week, May the 4th.
And thanks for the promo video. That was awesome.
Well, thanks.
My uncle said something about that today.
So it went over
Yesterday?
well then, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, my mom was even like, "You had something new pop up on my YouTube, and it was your friend. What's his name? Bean." I was like, "Oh man."
That's funny.
But I didn't really, I think everybody that's going to be watching this, or anybody that's going to be watching this, they already know about Rogue One.
Mhm.
I don't think there's a whole lot of story that we need to tell there. The only thing that I was disappointed at was there was, and it's a Star Wars movie, there's not enough lightsaber.
Well,
It's not
it's not
that kind of movie.
right.
It's
at a
Rogue
time,
One, a Star Wars movie. You have Vader. He lightsabered it up.
but he's the only Jedi left. He's the only guy with a lightsaber left.
Still, I need more lightsaber in my life.
Who's he gonna fight?
Well, then that movie's not for you.
Yeah.
You
Apparently,
have to tune in afterwards.
apparently, it was not in the series that I like as much as the rest because I need more lightsaber.
You
It's
have
like
to
you need more
start on the
cowbell.
second episode
We'll just start on
for
the
Star
second.
Wars. Second episode. He has to start there. So
Not enough saber for me.
I have to say this is probably my favorite Star Wars movie.
It's a good one.
it's definitely my favorite Star Wars movie.
So Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, they're tops because of nostalgia. But if you just look at, what is a good movie, I think this is the best Star Wars movie. Just the best all-in-one story. I don't think there's one that can compete with it.
Yeah, even R2D2 and C3PO make a cameo in there, so can't go wrong there.
They're the only ones to appear in every single Star Wars movie.
Nice.
What'd you think about it, Erika?
I think I made it through like 15 minutes, and then I was like, I'm gonna go watch my girly show.
You should have seen my dog. It was sitting there on the couch straight up watching it like it was like,
Nice.
like a feature film, like just like had its paws out like this, like, yeah, like digging the movie. I'd never seen an animal watch a movie like that before. It was pretty cool. Did we want to get into some trivia?
Sure. What do you got?
I'll start this off. So I tried to take it easy.
So this is Rogue One trivia.
This is Rogue One trivia, and I tried to take it easy on us. So what is the name of the research scientist who was forced by the Empire to work on the Death Star?
Galen
Urso.
Urso.
Booyah. Ding,
Should we
ding,
be
ding.
keeping score?
I feel like we should get participation
wanna keep score?
trophies
Yeah.
at
Do you want
the
to keep
end.
score?
No.
Okay. Then I'm not going to do it. Do you want to, Ben?
Everyone wins. All right.
Participation
Next
trophies
question.
all around.
Next question.
Did one of y'all want to go?
Sure, I'll go. Who is the voice actor to voice K2SO?
Ooh, I knew you would bring a hard one.
Macaulay Culkin.
Well, I'm disappointed right now. The both of you should have spouted this out immediately.
I don't remember.
K2SO.
Yeah,
I don't know why I should know this.
It's Alan Tudyk. It's freaking
Oh
Harry.
my
Is
gosh, that is Harry.
Holy
The whole
crap.
No
time
wonder
I'm
he's
sitting
so
there
funny.
listening to him, I'm going. All I'm
I didn't
picturing is
notice
Harry
that.
wanting to destroy the world.
I'm gonna have to watch it again. It'll be totally different when I
I'll
do.
probably see it now that Ben said it. It'll probably sound just like it.
That makes
But
sense though.
It is.
Huh.
It's even his cadence and everything.
That's excellent.
Like he does a lot of voice work, but
Mm-hmm.
in K2SO, his cadence and everything is almost identical
It is
to what he
Harry.
does on Resident Alien.
That's one of my favorite robots. The one from.
Well, now it
from
is
that
because it's
one.
Harry.
Well, I didn't know it was Harry until now. So
I can't believe you didn't.
that's funny.
I thought you were going to get that immediately.
Man,
What were they using the kyber crystals for? The Empire. What do they use the kyber crystals for?
That's for the lightsabers, right?
No, that's not what they use it for.
Ah.
Not the Empire. They were taking them off The planet, remember?
Yeah, I
Or-
remember
or
that.
the-
Yep.
Come on, guys. What's the movie about? What's the goal?
Oh, the Death Star.
The Death
Yeah.
Star.
They were using it on the Death
It
Star.
powers the Death Star.
Ah, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I guess it's technically a giant lightsaber that they just point at a planet and zap it. I mean, it really is. That's what it looks
Yeah,
like,
I
a
guess so.
giant light beam, and it's really cool when the planet blows up. That's like my favorite thing, like, ever in any movie. Like when they're outrunning the horizon.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that,
He
on
said
that,
there's a problem on the horizon.
there is no
There's
horizon.
no horizon.
No, that's totally Harry.
Yes. It's great.
So I guess I can use this question. How many times does the Death Star laser fire on Rogue One? How many times does the Death Star go off?
It only fires once at a quarter power, right?
Is that your final answer?
I think so.
Bean?
Yeah, that's right.
Twice.
Twice.
Oh, at the end.
Oh.
They
There
fired
you-
at
there
the
you
end.
go.
And
Oh,
blows
okay.
the planet
Yep.
up.
Yep, you're right.
Yep,
Okay.
forgot about that last one.
Yeah.
The first one is so epic, they don't need to do it again. I
No.
don't even need to see that crap again. That's
Yeah.
all enough.
Yep.
At quarter power or half power, whatever the heck it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
So did y'all realize who the director, I guess it's the director of the Death Star is? Did you realize it is the exact same bad guy in Ready Player One?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Ben Mendelsohn.
When I
Guy's in a lot
when
of
I
stuff.
first saw it, I was like, "Holy crap!" I'm like, "So is this a big video game?"
It's that
or
corporate
what?"
douchebag.
He's also the guy from Bloodline. If you haven't seen Bloodline,
Yeah, I
that's
have.
good
Yeah,
show.
yeah, I forgot about that one.
There's several seasons of that out now. And I
Huh.
can't remember if I've seen more than season 2 of
Hmm.
Bloodline. But that was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a good show.
That's the first thing I saw that dude in was that.
Bean, you got another one?
Sure. So this is a two-parter. So you'll remember Grand Moff Tarkin from Star Wars, and they recreated him in this movie. So two questions. Who is the original actor to play Grand Moff Tarkin? And then who is the actor to play Grand Moff Tarkin in this movie? And he had motion capture on his face so they could replace it with the original actor's face.
Why does he always
Better
ask
just
the
tell
hard
us.
question?
I have no idea.
Why does he always ask the hard
Maybe
questions?
it's a good thing we're not keeping score.
Ben wins.
Uh-huh.
Ding, ding, ding.
No idea.
So-
On both part A and B.
Peter Cushing played the part originally, and then Guy Henry played it in
Oh,
the
really?
new movie.
Huh.
So that was interesting to me because, this guy, Guy Henry, he's playing the actor who played the part in the original movie. That's got to be weird.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
That's funny.
Mikey, you got another one?
You got another one?
Oh, I have plenty here. All right. So, told you mine were easy. Which of the classic Star Wars trilogy characters appears briefly at the end of Rogue One? Classic.
Vader?
Oh, the very
end, or-
end.
Or Princess Leia?
Boom. Princess Leia.
A digital version of Princess Leia?
Yeah. So I got another one since that one was quick. In the movie, what actually is Rogue One? What are they called Rogue One?
That's the ship.
Ship they steal.
The
Even I
Imperial-
knew
They
that.
need a call. They need a call sign when
I
they're
told you
taking
mine
off.
were easy. How did you know that?
I knew it.
What?
She
I think
only
we've talked about it before.
she only watched 10 minutes of the movie and she knows it.
That's like the
Doesn't happen
last
till the
hour.
last 10 minutes of the movie.
That's like the last hour of
You-
the movie.
You know, there's at the very end where they have to send the signal up
Mm-hmm.
to the
Mhm.
thing, and they don't. they don't get to do it, right? Because the guy comes out and he like shoots at them or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he stops them from doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after they have their little conflict, a ship crashes into the end of that platform that they have to do the thing at. And it rips it the fuck apart. It's no longer there. How do they send the signal with no more computer to send?
Is this a trivia question?
No,
Oh.
this is a movie flaw.
Oh.
The computer's
I was like, this
gone.
is the longest build
So
up to a
this-
trivia question.
No trivia question. No,
Okay.
no.
Well, no, they did everything
First.
at the
they
antenna. They had to go out onto the bridge to move the antenna, and they've already done that. And then it wrecks, and they don't have to move the antenna anymore.
Are you sure it was set already?
Well, she
It
went
looked like
and
it
hit the
was.
buttons, and it was transmitting under the antenna. She did that.
We're gonna have to watch this again.
So I've got some more questions. So in the beginning, what toy does the stormtrooper find of Jen Urso's?
A stormtrooper doll.
That is exactly correct. Good job, Frankie. Good job. So I got one more. What nickname is given to Jen Urso by her father and is also the code name for the file containing the Death Star plans?
That's a good one. I don't know it.
Stardust.
There you go.
Whoa.
Man.
Frankie's on fire.
It on,
My favorite
Yay.
movie.
on fire. Man. How many times have you seen that movie?
Fucking lot.
Can you quantify that?
A whole lot.
So we were all chatting.
I didn't even watch it, and I can answer the trivia questions.
Did y'all have any more trivia questions?
No, I didn't know.
So we were all chatting Thursday night about this week's podcast, the comic chat, and we realized something. We have a doppelganger in our group.
Some may think so.
I think so.
Do we
I-
have a picture of this?
Oh, we
I
do.
hope
Bring
so.
this
Okay,
up.
good.
Yeah, I can bring this up.
So I really do like The Flash whenever we watch The Flash. And the dad, his name's
Joe?
Joe.
Joe West.
Every time I see him, I'm like, that looks like Bean. That looks like him. Maybe it's more than just the picture. Maybe it's like the mannerisms. Maybe it's the hat. But I think that they look alike.
We got him up on the screen
All
there.
right.
It's the hat.
I think
well,
it
no.
It
looks
must
like
be the hat.
you.
If
Maybe
you,
it's the shape of the nose too. Hang on. Do your face the same angle as
It's,
his?
Move your paper big. I can't even see the screen.
You've got the same like eye composure, like the wrinkles
Yeah.
kind of around it.
Oh, so I'm old like him. That's what you're saying.
Basically, an old man with a hat.
Old man
and
with
it
a
looks
hat.
like Ben.
No. I don't know. I think you guys look alike.
What? Maybe there's some features there,
If you squint,
especially from here up.
right.
So oh my gosh.
I'll tell you, man, his hat game is way stronger than yours.
Well, if we had a picture of him without his hat, I mean, he's bald like me too. So there's another thing
Maybe
we got.
that's it.
I do think this guy
Excellent.
was on Law and Order though. So
Oh.
that wasn't he?
I think so.
I
yeah.
believe so.
Yeah.
I believe he was.
Kong Kong.
You definitely look like him now.
But I tell you, his hat game is way stronger than yours.
So what do I need to do?
If you Google his name
Mm-hmm.
and you look, it's like he has the same hat, but he has it in like every design, every color. I think you need to kick it up.
I need to get some more hats, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
One's not good enough.
No.
You
No,
need
no,
a gray
no.
one, a black one,
Then you'll
all the colors.
definitely be Joe West.
I guess we know what we're getting you for Christmas. A Joe West hat. Spoiler alert.
Sounds good to me.
So before you get out on like the Hollywood carpet, you got to have a lot
Yeah.
of different hats. to take photo ops
So
with.
before I go to accept awards for
Yeah.
JoJo's
For
Big
Joe.
Frank and Beans,
Yes.
I need to get some more hats.
Or in lieu
Definitely.
of this Joe from The Flash, you could go instead of him and people wouldn't know the difference.
Maybe you could be like a stunt double.
Yeah.
Or like if
Does he have any
somebody,
Stand-in.
stunts? You should reach out to him
Yep.
and see if they need someone.
or if he got like death threats or something, you could be
Yeah.
like a body double for
You should
him.
be him for Halloween.
I can do it. Barry, you
Run.
gotta run fast.
Run
Yes!
fast.
See, twins.
Yep.
You have it down pat. Man.
This guy might be out
Wow.
of a job,
I
man.
hope so.
Oh my gosh.
Well, cool. Well, that's it for the rundown for today.
That's it.
All right. Well, want everybody to have a good night, and thanks for coming out.
We'll see you next time.
Adios.